June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, and according to the Alzheimer's Association, more than 55 million people around the entire world are living with that disease or dementia. To talk more about Alzheimer's, I'm joined now by Dr. Ann Copeland, a psychiatrist and Alzheimer's researcher at SSM Health. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So first off, let's talk about what Alzheimer's is and who's affected by that disease.
Okay, people are very confused about Alzheimer's versus dementia. The easiest way to look at it would be dementia is sort of the umbrella, and underneath it there are different types. Alzheimer's is one of the types of dementia. It is actually the most common type. And dementia is a deterioration in brain function that is irreversible and progressive. And it generally starts with simple forgetfulness. I'm not talking about losing your keys or your glasses, which we all do. I'm talking about progression of inability to follow a conversation, misplacing things that really starts to affect your life. And anyone can be affected by it. There are two types. There's early onset, which is before age 65, which fortunately is rare and usually is genetic. And the most common type is late onset, which is after age 65. And age is the biggest risk factor for Alzheimer's disease.
And Dr. Copeland, I think a lot of people are wondering, what about prevention? Can we stop this type of cognitive impairment?
This is where we have made a lot of headway. We are finding out this is a multifactorial illness that is very complex, and there are ways that we can prevent it. I like to use the mnemonic brain. What's good for the brain, what's good for the heart is good for the brain. Brain healthy diet, regular exercise, active social life, intellectual stimulation, doing Wordle, doing Sudoku and all those games, learning a new language, and nurturing sleep. We realize now sleep is the time where our brains are clearing out amyloid, which tends to accumulate in brains of people with Alzheimer's. So getting less than 6 hours sleep in middle age is a risk factor for Alzheimer's.
And Dr. Copeland, we know, memory loss and all of that stuff is tied to that disease, but what about other surprising things people don't know about Alzheimer's?
First of all, it doesn't always present as memory loss. It can present as changes in personality, subtle changes, irritability. The other thing that is really important for me to get in here today is that there's a thing called pseudo-dementia. People can come in looking like they have dementia, and it's not dementia. So when somebody comes in with memory loss, they need a medical workup. For example, depression in the elderly can look, I swear, identical to dementia because there is trouble concentrating, cognitive problems. And if it's depression, it's a happy day because it usually can be treated. It's a reversible form of dementia. B12 deficiency, thyroid problems, medication interactions, they can cause dementia, like dementia-looking symptoms, and you want to catch those because they can be treated. And right now we do not have a cure for Alzheimer's, unfortunately.
All right, Dr. Ann Copeland from SSM Health, thank you so much for being with us today. We certainly do appreciate the insight.
Thanks for having me.